And welcome back to INTERPHEX TV. I am Bob Fryer. Josh Russell joining us now.
Glad to be here.
He's the VP Technical Sales at AST. And last year, you all were here, but we didn't get a chance to speak, unfortunately.
No, we didn't.
I really wish that we had, knowing what I know now. You guys took home the big award last year.
Yeah, it was an exciting opportunity to be here at INTERPHEX last year. We showcased for the first time our new aseptic isolator. The industry is turning more towards turnkey, really where they want one party, one relationship to really deliver these critical filling lines. And we were really fortunate to get recognition last year for everything we brought to the show, everything we invested. It's a great showcase of just the capabilities of our team, and we were recognized with the Best in Show award last year.
But now, obviously, that's a lot to live up to for this year. So we're going to talk about what it is that you're bringing to the table this year. But what you just said, that really is the key to what AST does, which is from start to finish, all the way through the commercial process, right?
Yeah.
Of drug formation. That's what you guys do, as you say, turnkey.
Exactly right. This year is maybe even an extra layer of specialness to AST. This is our 60th year of business. So not only are we here at INTERPHEX, it's literally this month, we are celebrating our 60th year of business. And within that, we've been over the last 20 years providing turnkey, very integrated solutions to our customers. So we're really looking for a US-based supplier, which does indeed make us very, very unique. Most of the people that are supplying these systems are in Europe or overseas, and as we saw during COVID, that puts a little bit of wrinkles in things and how you can deliver. But to be able to have a completely built U.S. company that is able to deliver these systems for the benefit of this market, it's been extremely impactful, and we're just really excited for how the benefits of our system really impact the lives of the patients. Really, at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. We're here to do something for the patients.
And I luckily got a chance to go over and visit with you before we did this in your booth. And you guys you're fortunate enough, you've got one of those big machines there. So you've got the cool looking booth that has the arms and everything moving around. So that attracts attention. That machine that I saw, there are three basic things that you guys are showcasing, I know, this year. The Genesis, that was the Genesis C?
That's right. Yeah.
What's different about that machine this year than last year?
We actually brought that system here intentionally to try to contrast between last year and this year. Has the same isolator, but what's really important is with AST's kind of design philosophy with our filling lines, we believe in modularity, meaning that a customer can configure, doesn't need to custom design a new system, but configure a system to meet their unique subset of requirements.
Sound like a buffet? I need this, I need this, I need this.
You know what, that's a great analogy, right?
Yeah.
You take what you want and you take it in the quantities that you want.
There
It's the same way with our machine. So we brought the same Genesis C, we call it fill close module, for the filling and processing of syringes, vials, and cartridges. But on the front end, we brought in what we call our automatic bag opener, our automatic tub opener, because these containers that we're processing have to go through some initial processing steps to open a bag, which is pre-sterilized, and then open the Tyvek lid and liner that's common to these vial containers in the packaging. And once that's eliminated, then it gets placed onto the filling and closing unit, so that it can be, the drug product goes in, the container gets closed, then it goes into a sealing unit.
But all of this is now fully automated, where in the past it was semi-automated.
With this system,
within an enclosed area that's like a clean space.
That's right.
Okay.
So with last year, the system we brought, that was indeed, you're right, semi-automated features are on the system, and that was kind of the limitations of that system last year. But what we're seeing is an evolving regulatory landscape within the European Union. They have what's Annex 1, and there's an emphasis of removing operators from critical elements of the aseptic process. So AST has really kind of heeded the call for change and action, and given our clients the option to add more automated features to the system so they can eliminate some key sources of contamination.
And you said something when we were talking over there that stuck in my head, which was when you inject something into a body, a human body that's already sick, you want to have as few contaminants, so you remove as many contaminants as you can.
I mean, our natural barrier to infection is our skin, right?
Yeah, right.
And when you think about someone is getting a shot of an immunotherapy or some sort of critical drug, and they're already immunocompromised, then you bypass that primary barrier that we have for our bodies, the criticality can't be understated, right? It's so important that the products that really, not only the AST systems, but all these systems that are here at the show are really designed to make sure that the quality of the product that ultimately goes to the patient is, par excellence.
Well, let's talk about the other two things. You've got the glove testing and then the twin digital solution.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
That's right.
I didn't get a chance to see how the glove testing works, but I did see a big thing and you could stick your arm in. Is that what it is?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So within the aseptic isolator that encloses all the automation that we showed you earlier, there's these glove ports, and those are how an operator, if needed, as kind of an element of last resort, needs to interface with the interior of the equipment. These gloves need to be tested, and they're done with a pressure decay method. So we inflate the glove, we monitor how slowly or quickly the air bleeds from the glove, and that will tell us whether or not the glove has the integrity it needs. With the isolator. And just on that theme of turnkey, typically the end user has to procure these particular units from different suppliers. And AST really felt that we can innovate even further on something so basic as testing gloves by having encrypted communication with the electronic batch record, being able to have an improved interface so that people know, what are they actually seeing on with that respective glove. Being able to have a direct link from this glove, its performance, right to the batch record, really simplifies the process. But when you think about some of these filling lines that are doing vaccine productions, you may have 40, 50 gloves on a machine. And if it takes 10 minutes per glove, I mean, that's a significant erosion of the productive capacity of the machine. And so what we did is we came up with a solution that's actually industry leading in terms of performance and speed, to be able to make sure those gloves can be tested quickly, maintain the integrity of it, and then record it to the batch record so they can get on with the process. I'm getting
a Kansas City Chiefs feel here. I feel like you guys might be repeating as champions. Not from last year, that was a debacle for them, but a few years ago. And finally, the twin digital solutions. What's going on?
Yeah, so digital twins is a great way to really, I call it kind of sensor fusion almost, right? We're actually able to take the feeds and speeds that are outputs of the motors and the other features of the system, translate that into a digital copy. So that's where the twin comes from. And so you see the machine physically on the floor, but you can also see it digitally on a computer, on a TV. And what that really allows the end user to do, a couple of scenarios that we're actually modeling at the event is you can verify your batch or your process. So different containers or different products require different processes. You can actually simulate that and understand, okay, if I make those changes to the machine, am I going to experience any sort of collisions or any mechanical damage to the equipment?
Like the robotic arm hitting something?
Exactly right. You can actually see that digitally rather than actually experiencing it firsthand on the machine.
I see.
Right?
So that was the video that I was seeing.
That's exactly right.
That's what you were showing me. Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And then the software will actually show you where that collision is, so on and so forth. But it gets even more powerful. So we can, let's say we have a diagnostic issue, the system can actually run diagnostics. It's taking temperature, vibration, humidity, and other environmental factors and physical factors that are being recorded by the electronics on the system. And then it's able to upload those so that the end user, if they need to have some sort of predictive maintenance program, we can put that in place to where if they're in the middle of a critical batch, they don't have to abort that batch, which in some cases, is in short supply, it's super high cost, and so it's super impactful to their business where they can just say, hey, I will do the maintenance today rather than waiting for something bad to happen in the future.
Josh, I got to wrap up here real quick, but I got to ask you one last thing before I let you go about INTERPHEX. What is it that you get when you come here? Do you go around and look at all the different booths and see if there's anything that you can take from another booth? Because when everybody comes together, I know it feels like the Andromeda strain for me every time I come because it's all these robotic things medically, but what is it that you get when you come to INTERPHEX?
Yeah, what I really enjoy about INTERPHEX, I've been going for 15 years now, and it's just the collective minds that come together in one venue.
Right.
You know, I always get a lot of enjoyment out of different people from different I won't say markets or industries, but really different companies that I haven't engaged with that have different ideas, different views for the future, how technology will ultimately play a big role in what they're striving, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's really really what INTERPHEX does a great job bringing together is ultimately technologies, thought leaderships, and an environment where people can collaborate together to dream what the future might look like.
Sounds good. Josh Russell,
hey,
good to see you, my
pleasure.
friend.
Thanks
and
for
I
having me.
do wish you well in repeating as champs.
Oh, we're going to do it.
You've got a nice team together.
All right,
good
thank
game
you
plan.
so much.
Josh, good to see you.
Cheers.
And again, for INTERPHEX TV, I'm Bob Fryer.